All right, guys, it's Anthony here, Subaru Service. We've got Anthony's truck here. I'm not sure what year, 05, let's see. 5 Edward Dog, 2005 Excursion. Really good shape, 90,000 miles. Just had a whole bunch of chassis work, had the lift kit put on it, and I think they're gonna take it back off. The lift kit on Excursion towing with these big tires. There's a whole other story behind that, but for right now, we're gonna focus in here. This is not studded. I think it's a factory truck. Not sure where the leak coming from. It's pretty common to leak from that hose right there. We'll be doing a lot of stuff to this, update the dipstick tube, basically do some of the upgrades that we normally do. But right now we're gonna do a cold start on it. The batteries actually are pretty good, but we just put them on because it's been waiting for a while and we're just about ready to get started on things. So let's do a cold start here and figure out what all we're gonna do. So I'm gonna try to figure out this launch setup. Sure did, it found it. Automatic ID. All right, we're gonna have to see if we can set up a predefined list of perimeters. We'll do that here in a second. Right now, let's go through and cam sync and obviously voltage and coolant, engine, oil. And let me go through here. All right, this is the first time us using this. We got 11 volts, 66 degrees. So is it Celsius? No, it's Fahrenheit. 0.87 on EBP. That's pretty good. We want to see, about 0.87. That's pretty good. 48 volts on the Fickum, 47.5. Fuel pumps off. Oh, I just swipe it over. Okay. Okay, 14. 0.24 on ICP volts. 0.23. Okay, so it's just a fraction of a little bit low. We want to watch for IPR to go anywhere near 84. Let's kick it off, kick it back on. And then we're going to make a mental note of how it fires. Actually, I need to get back to figure out how to go to power balance real quick. This is a new scanner, new thing for me. Hang on. This is the fuel pump. Here we go. Not too bad. I mean, it's out in the cold. Let me pull the door shut. Seven's a little high. These injectors are really good. 42% on IPR is, of course, it's cold. The fact that the VGT is not maxed out right now says that it's seeing enough. The turbo appears to be somewhat healthy. Cooling fan is reading signal, so that's good. I mean, they're a little jumpy around. It feels smooth. 5 is 1, 7, 5. Is that what they are? Yeah. Just watch it for a minute. 5 is showing a little low. So far, everything looks like it'll make a Diag drive. Let's go drive it, see how the oil cooler is. Well, I might have been off on the turbo because we got 299, which under boost code, but the EBP 0470, that could cause under boost. So it's a circuit fault, but we had good volts when I tried it. Let's try it when we're running, see it when it's running. But key on engine off, the EBP sensor showed good circuit. So maybe it's got we'll probably do a wiggle test on the wires once we get it in the bay. And while the truck's running, we'll do a little wiggle test and see if I can't get the volts to drop out on the EBP sensor. So let's go ahead and clear those codes out. And we got passive anti-theft system, engine prohibited. So we got under boost and EBP sensor. Let's clear them out. It's very good at monitoring itself on glow plugs, so let's just get it back to the main screen and we'll go drive. Okay, so we're gonna go for a drive and we're gonna watch that IPR. IPR up at the top, it's dropped back down to a good level. 25, that's pretty good. It's not warmed up yet. Still a little cold. 500 RPM on the fan. He's worried about the fan, so I think we're gonna put a Murray clutch on it, because you really will not even hear the fan come on until you're 218 degrees. Well, it's gotta be pretty freaking warm to be 218. I mean, you're not gonna catch 218 just driving the truck around, and maybe not even with a trailer, but I mean, you should in the hot days, but it's not far-fetched that people will drive around with them for a long time and never even hear the fan. Okay, we're gonna do a little acceleration here. It's fairly warm. We're at 28%. We do not want to see 84 on that top IPR. Here we go. It tried, but it stayed down. I didn't look at VGT either. We'll look at that on the next acceleration. It's got a big lift kit on it, and I'm really paying attention to how it steers, how it drives. I'm gonna get on the highway and we'll see. My opinion on the Excursion is that the wheelbase is almost too short to be towing really anything heavy with. I think it's a wheelbase issue. We can combat it by stiffening up the springs, making the axles stay put underneath the frame better, but you know, you're still fighting the wheelbase. It's a short truck. It's like a standard cab, long bed, almost. Okay, so it's low on boost. We were hitting about 20 pounds. Let's see if I can hold it and catch it at the same time. On the top, hang on, I'm trying to stay on the road here and not run off in a cornfield. Okay, manifold pressure, KPA is reading, hang on, where's that, 0.87, 0.8, that's in pounds. Watch that pick it up a little bit. 3 pounds, 5 pounds, 7 pounds, okay. So the turbocharger on the bottom, variable geometry turbocharger percentage, we don't want to see that max out. 84, I got a car coming here, so okay, let's watch that 54 on the bottom and see if I'm not in the right gear. Let's let it build a little bit. 48. No, I mean, it's building boost. I bet it's building enough because VGT is actually opening. If it was not seeing enough boost, then that VGT would be at 84. It would be almost closed, but since it's not closing all the way, the PCM is saying, hey, I've got enough air. But we're only getting 20 freaking pounds of boost out of it. Let's watch this boost up here, Rush. That's 6.3889. Let's see what we get. We give it a little 19. Oh, 22, wait. 24, okay. 25, 26. 20, okay. So let's quit picking on it. Why it got that underboost code, I mean, it could have been a little sticky, and I mean, we're still gonna crack the turbo apart, but at least we know that it is built, it's capable of 27 pounds boost. That's wonderful. We'll see how this thing gets on the highway here. See how it steers. Watch the VGT. Boost up top. IPR. What's IPR doing? Ooh, it's shaky. Yeah, these big tires are. Push on the steering wheel. You feel it. It's sitting on the steering wheel. Got a little shakiness. Get them big tires. You can see that shaking. As soon as I get on the road, let's go ahead and watch IPR again. No, that seems all right. Okay. So far, oil cooler seems to be all right. It's heating up to 186. It's pretty cold today, so I mean, normally we put thermostats in. 183 is still a little chilly. Let's see if it doesn't pop up into the 190s. We're going to go ahead and put a thermostat on it. We want to see, because I mean everything is coming apart right now, so just looking around. 48. It is a little shaky on the tires or balance on the tires, could be that too. These are freaking big tires, kind of a pain in the butt to freaking balance. But you can see it's shaking. Honestly though, it really doesn't steer too bad. It kind of returns to center a little bit. It pulls itself back. So when I let go of it, I kind of want it to try to go straight. That would mean that we have enough caster in the top upper ball joints. So if I pull it and it doesn't stay over there, then nice. So we do have a pretty mean shimmy though. Normally I would watch for the oil to drop a degree. I need the oil to go down at all. So once I get it as high as it can and it drops a little bit, we'll know that the engine is heat saturated. That's what we're going for. With the way parts are and how expensive things have been, if this oil cooler tests good, we might just put a seal kit on it and actually use the element, keep the element, because yeah, it's still going up though. We're not done counting. This does have an 05 pump in it. It's a straight 05 engine, so it's got the wavy oil rails, the cast iron pump, which probably needs STC fitting, but that's all coming apart anyways, so we're gonna surely do STC fitting. I guess I didn't even show that this is a 95,000 mile truck. That's freaking nice. It looks like it too. It's beautiful. We'll get it in the shop and actually test the air conditioner. But we need to do that with it inside. It's like cold outside. Been about 10 miles. Oil cooler is 14 degrees. But we're stopped right now, so let's drive a little bit further. And if I remember right, just now it was at 196, so the oil has dropped. So the oil cooler is cooling. So let's see how it does now that we're gonna get on the interstate and watch it from a heat-soaked engine. So right now I'm just cruising down the road, 55 mile an hour, and it's holding right at 10 degrees. So we got a 10 degree oil cooler. I mean, that would be, a new one could probably be 10, right? So, I mean, we'll just leave that up in the air. Who knows yet if we're gonna do it or not. I mean, we can see if there's any nasty crap in it. See it dropped a degree now we're at 9. So, I mean, that oil cooler is showing signs of wanting to stay. I mean, unless we open it up and it's some aftermarket brand, then, I mean, who knows? We could possibly use the aftermarket brand and just reseal it. Who knows? Everything's on the table right now. 748. Cruise control works. I'll actually hit the buttons to make sure all of them work. Yeah. So I've been driving, it's 13 degrees. Showing about 13 degrees difference on the oil cooler, so. I mean, that's borderline. It's potentially ultrasonic it, clean it out. I mean, we spray hot water through it backwards. Just, I mean, normally, if they're even good, we still do it, blow it out backwards and just kind of clean it out. I mean, you know, 13's a bit high. Let's get down here off the interstate and see how fast it drops from that 199. Always nice to see how they idle. Coming down off of a drive on the interstate. You just give it a little throttle, little hair of a power brake. I mean, I would think that 5 might be, oh, did you see that big, that was from me just letting off. I mean, 5 would be the most unhappy one, and then right behind that, I mean, cylinder 3. 1, 3, and 5. 1's a hair high, 3's a hair low, 5's a hair high. Cylinder 8's a hair low. But it's running smooth. I mean, there's been not a single hiccup at all as far as injectors, which is kind of uncommon, but not really for a 90,000 mile truck. Let's see how it does when we do a little acceleration here. That's the thing though, I don't feel any injectors dropping out, so I don't foresee anything being fruitful on looking at this screen. I mean, once you get the RPMs up too high, the computer cannot, it becomes inaccurate. The readings are inaccurate once it reads too high, once the RPMs are too high. So really that's at idle, and at just a little bit of a load is still pretty consistent. Reliable to test the injectors, which none of them are dropping. That's nice. That makes the whole job a lot cheaper when you don't have to do injectors. I think if we was to put injectors in this, I'm going to keep the other ones. We'll put them in something else for sure. So probably but there is a chance every now and then when we take a truck apart that sometimes injectors just are not happy from making the transplant, from being taken out. Because we take them out of the truck, we'll clean them, and we'll put new O-rings, new seals on them, and then we'll submerge them and store them in engine oil, submerged. There's no air even getting to them. So we started doing that quite a few years ago, and it has limited the loss of injectors after head gasket jobs. Almost made them non-existent, which let's hope that trend continues with this one. Okay, we're back at the shop. Here we go. Let's hope that even fits through. I bet you it doesn't fit through the freaking thing. We made it. We're in. I mean, that's good. Okay, we have got to keep these clean. Guys, on your trucks, keep this clean. This is going to destroy your windows. His windows they're screeching and scratching, so I'm not even going to roll it up again. Clean your trim there. The rubber squeegees. Both sides. That one's horrible too. That one's real bad. So keep these windows down and take that apart and clean it up. That's it though. First one in the shop. Let's go.
Yeah. That's why it's low compression on that cylinder.
Yeah, that's why we have low compression.
Well, I mean, that would be a little low. I don't know that that's going to clean out.
Yeah, that's...
Where's the light?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not going to clean up.
Yeah.
So that block crank. I mean, it left the wrist pin. We could. Oh damn. Could have been a cracked piston that went.
Besides, not quite as. Pretty rusty set outside.
It did. Rust got in the cylinders, didn't it? Isn't it broke here somewhere? Is there a break on it?
Well,
Nope, it didn't break all the way through.
anything outside, yeah.
Broke the cylinder up there. Yep, she broke. I think she hopefully had her day in the sun. It's over now. It's time to put a paint job on the Honer, at least on the inside. I've had it with the tank actually getting the coolant dirty. So we just found some paint. We threw some black in it, and I think we're gonna go with the center. Julie's been adding black paint into red paint, and we have been trying to make a red that'll match the side. So we're not gonna paint the outside right now. All we're gonna worry about now is getting the inside painted. So we're gonna do that real quick. It's Friday night. The Excursion's in, but we wanted to get these done before we start breaking things apart. So, yeah, buddy. So let's take a look around the little Excursion. It is, holy crap. Let me get underneath this. Okay, I walked in here and looked at it again. I'll get under there and we'll show it tomorrow because it's coming apart. It is beautiful though. We got a beautiful Excursion coming tomorrow. And in the meantime, we are just about ready to start going. Start banging parts out. Makeshift assembly area there that's not even, it's just got parts over there or the things that need to be there. We got the carts ready to go. And the Honer. Look what we did to the Honer. Look at the color. Oh, it's close. It's hand mixed by Julie and Don. They both did. I needed something. We needed something, and we didn't have to go to any store to have this paint. We had it in the filing cabinets. Julie pulled it out like a magic concoction. We poured it in there. It's pretty fat coat. You can see it's puddled up right there. Ideally, I wanted to just dump a bunch in it and let it run, and it would take place, right? It would displace where we don't want any, because ideally I want to drain it. I think I already said that earlier, but I went and took the back apart and painted inside of there and cleaned all that up too, where the pump actually goes. We didn't do anything with the outside. I'm really thinking that I want to get the actual color for that the off-white color and give it a little rehab, a little refresh. I mean, the inside can go back white too. I probably will do it white so it stays clean. But now at least it's got coating on it so I can use it. And I'm planning on draining it, honestly, between every spurt of running it. I mean, at least I have no idea. I want to be able to drain it and it be clean. That's what we're going for, and I like that. Been meaning to do it. The rest of the machine can be done while it has coolant in it. Like, we don't have to. The inside down here, it needed it. Like, it was, the coolant was actually getting deteriorated because it was so nasty. Now we have a nice coat on it, as long as we let it cure long enough. Actually, that's only half the paint we got, so I might do one more. Let this get nice and stiff, and because that is oil base. Not sure we're going to make time to rehab or do anything to the cradle, the fixture. That's just going to be probably put outside and wire brush and painted. What you think, champ? Can't be, don't you think so? We're cleaning up for the beginning, for beginning of the first job. It's about ready. When we come back here, if we have hands full, since it's such a big sink, I decided I wanted to leave. And I didn't even tell you this, did I? I was back here cleaning it up and moving the shop vac. I think the shop vac's going to reside right there. Took the wheels off of it, and it's just going to reside there with the hose up there. Drain it right into the sink. There you go. So I need to put these up. But if we're bringing dirty, greasy, nasty freaking parts, and some of them will be so dirty that I won't even want to set them down on anything. So I'll walk all the way back here and I can put them in the cage and then go right into the cleaner with it. And then Julie likes bag and bolts, and I hate bag and bolts that are dirty. I hate doing that. I don't want to do that. Coolant filters did not work. So I still have no use for coolant filters. So if anybody wants them, come to the shop and you can have them. We might make you buy a t-shirt though, once we finally get some. Still haven't gotten our power set up yet for more light back here, but we have been running this all day and it stayed bone freaking dry back there. I think what little bit looks like it's wet is actually shadows. There's a lot of shadows with all these lines. All the lined lighting does create lines of shadows. I mean, not that we're, complaining. But when we're looking at here, I could see all the different, all the lines from just the different light makes it's. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's paint. Maybe that's we just painted it all funky. But I actually ran my hand over it. You'll see that it changes. Oh my God, and we do have a leak. We have a leak back here on the regulator. We open it up, listen to it. What does it say? Because we have to go back there and look at it. Should be about 100 pounds or so. But I think that regulator might have cracked, or who knows. I probably tightened it. I obviously tightened it too tight. So we have not gotten, I haven't done anything on this one yet. On the guidance seat, I cut one seat, but as far as doing anything, we have surfaced an engine block. That is right here, covered up, and it's waiting in the Honer. And, you know, once we surfaced it, all good, everything's done, it's ready for operation. I came over here, so now we need to hone it. And I looked at the Honer and was like, holy freaking crap, it looks like freaking not good. So here we are. We're just, now that we have most of the crap that we spent the last year doing, well, not even year, we haven't spent a year, we took time off. Don't think we didn't. We took a bunch of time off. But now that most of the infrastructure stuff is here, surfacer's done, except the air leak, which surfacer didn't really, it'll be fine. I gotta hone the engine block, so we'll get that one together, get it ready to operate, which is an entire endeavor. I mean, it is. I'm really hoping that this setup works. Maybe we can find a better filter. What do you guys got any ideas for filters? What kind of filter should we get to filter that clear in one pass? That would be wonderful. Tell us in the comments. Let us know. I'm game to try. I've got coolant filter heads, and I've got this head right here that is a 4006. So this one takes 4006 fuel filter, and we got a whole bunch of coolant filter ones. Anybody have a magic number filter that is like a magic filtering? Because the coolant filters don't do nothing. I mean, Julie ran through the 2 coolant filters like 9 times. It's ran through it a whole bunch, and it didn't do squat to it. That one didn't really do much either. I mean, none of them really did. So, I need a better filter, because even if it trickles, that's why we put a different pump on it. I've got that pump down there that you can't see. That is the factory pump that runs for honing. And we put that pump coming out of the drain right there with the little garden hose attachment, out of the drain into the pump, and shove it right through that filter, and then into the bottle. Obviously this isn't completely set up. It might, we wanted to get it and find out what works before we actually make something here to mount this structure to. We got to figure out what actually works. And this ain't in the way right now, so it'll be fine. We'll keep playing with it because it won't kill operation. Obviously that filter is going to be better than nothing, because I am going to plan on emptying this thing. I'm not going to let the coolant just sit in it through the life of it until it's time to change it. That's what I used to do. It always had coolant in it all the time. I don't know. I mean, I have to take those bolts out to empty it all the way out. Because if we just drain it down, I don't know, we're going to have to look. Because if we drain it down and it leaves puddles in here, I'm going to want to take the entire thing apart again so I can get in there and clean it out every time. Which, if we do that, I'll have fluid, and then when it's time to hone another one, the fluid will be in jugs right here. I got 4 or 5 of these jugs, maybe more, I don't know. But however many it takes, and I'll have them lined up right here, and we'll just open the jug and dump it in there and hone with it, pull it out, throw it through the filter, and keep it in the jug so that it's not exposed to elements. Kind of liking that idea. Let's see if we can make it happen. These, though, are horrible. This is all the crap that goes inside of there. And it needs, honestly, it needs wire brushed. It needs done. Julie won't let me do it tonight. I think maybe we ought to just gloss black, or I always wanted to do it red. I was same color. We did the little rings that hold the paper. They need a better coat, but at least they got something on them. Those were, I have to touch those to change the paper. There's filters that go on it, and they're disgusting. They're nasty. You can't touch those. Right when you get done touching them, you have to go wash your hands. You can't. So maybe now we can have it with a towel and actually not have to go wash your hands. Right. This contraption here is, like I said, R&D in progress. That's a 12-volt pump. So when we do that, I'll probably, I'd rather stick with a 12-volt pump. We can get those very easily. Well, we have them, like hell, we've got 2 of them here. There's another one right over there. So I think a power supply, like we had our old oil burner. So we'll just get a power supply to plug it in. We're probably gonna run a bunch of stuff off the Honer power, but it'll be all right. So now would be a time we want to scoot that light all the way over and pretty much touch the post with it, the pole. You know, scoot it over so it's directly above right here. Because what's the use in that? That's what I think. Okay, so it's Saturday. We are finishing up with the Honer. It's been curing all night. That's about ready to put back together. I really wanted to pump fluid through it and see how it flowed and how it handled, but I think I'm just gonna put it all together because we got all the parts painted. Yeah, we just grabbed whatever paint we had the most of. That is the bottom of the Honer, and it was extremely pitted. So I grabbed whatever we could. We had a bunch of that pink, so I just caked it on there, like a lot, real thick. Backside's just gray, same color as these. We painted the grays. I did change the front of the color because, you know, the Honer looks so much like crap. We are gonna, well, I'm not exactly sure what it's gonna look like on the front because it ain't done yet. Who knows? But we are trying to get the Honer to where it's serviceable, usable, happy. Of course, we'll do all this, get the tank good, and then something will mess up with the head. That'll freaking figure. But I've been wanting to do this since we've bought the Honer because it was disgusting on the inside, and that is oil base, and it should be pretty good. Hopefully it holds up. If not, we'll do it again. I don't know if I like the red. Who knows? But it's at least it's coated, it's covered, it's protected, and now maybe our coolant won't get dirtier. So that's great. Got the little tray there. That thing got beat to crap. It's like real thin and messed up. So I just bought the backside of that's pink too. So we just went gray with it, and on the outside that's going to be showing. It'll be great. The magnet, we're using the heck out of these cages. Little clothes rack things, and we hang a lot of stuff by them. Well, right now all 3 of them are being used, so you know, those are not that thick of paint. We could use a lot more paint on that, but at least I can touch it now and it won't get completely dirty. That'll be nice.